Previously on Bemidji ijdimeB.
All of you are currently staying at the Lake Bemidji Hotel.
Dave's gonna head over with the kiddos.
Hey, I'm real sorry about the continental breakfast and all, but I did go down to the Dunkin' and I picked up some donuts and some coffee and some OJ if you're interested.
Kids, if you can just, settle down a little bit. Weather's picking up, gotta really, focus.
So the air horn is bellowing and everything is so loud you can hear the screeching of tires, and you swerve quickly off to the side and everybody goes airborne for a second before your seatbelts lock you back down into place.
Dave's gonna mosey around the car, giving a very stern, fatherly look over the situation he has put us in.
So you are up to the frame in snow at this point. So you are trying to make your way into the cab through the front windshield that's been broken. You kick off a couple of pieces of jagged glass so that you don't cut yourself when you're going in.
So kiddos, I'm gonna need to ask you to do me a favor here. Gonna need to have you put on your brave faces because we're gonna save a man's life today.
So a couple of more officers pull up next to the vehicle a short amount of time later, and Dave, you're with your two kids in the back, and then Charlie and Spencer are both in the back of another squad car, and they take you back to your hotel room. And the next morning, you hear... Good morning, Bemidji. It's 7:01 a.m. and a brisk 7 degrees outside with a chance of flurries all day. I am Mike Wolf with KAPL, and this is your morning grind. Starting off the day with Braxton Barful's seminal 2001 hit, Who Was in My Hole Last Night? And you look over, and Jason and Sean are jumping on the bed, and Jason looks over at you and he goes, Dad, are we going to the lake today? And they're excited and jumping on the bed, and yeah, Dave, no, you wake up the next morning with this intense form of deja vu.
Yeah, he just blinks at his kids a couple of times before saying, all right there, stop jumping on the bed, you'll hurt yourself. It's good to see you're feeling better since yesterday, though.
Yeah, we're feeling great. Let's go to the lake.
All right, well, we'll check to see if Charlie and Spence are doing all right and see how the weather's turning out today. And he'll get the kids ready.
Yeah, you start getting them ready, and we cut over to Spencer next. So Spencer, your alarm clock is going off. The radio DJ has just announced to you that it's 7:01.
Yeah, today I hit it off, and I've already been awake this morning, and I've
starting off the day.
Placed all my reels into the suitcase and stuff ready to go. They're all oiled and in perfect condition, and I'm already dressed and ready to go down to the breakfast area.
Okay, cool. What about you, Charlie? Your alarm goes off, you get the DJ, and so your leg is still broken, but any of the new bumps and bruises that you sustained yesterday are no longer on your body. And you definitely remember aching a lot more when you went to bed, and you feel just a little better, weirdly enough.
Charlie will kind of roll out of bed, and his thick cast thumps against the floor, and he rubs his eyes, and then he's going to try and remember Dave's room and dial the number on the phone.
So Dave, right as you're about to go out the door, your phone in your hotel room rings.
He'll stop the kids from leaving and go answer the phone real quick.
You have the door open and you see this gentleman in a purple Vikings jacket. He passes past your door right as you're closing it, and you walk over to the phone and you pick it up, and on the other end is Charlie.
Hello there, Dave speaking.
Hi, Dave.
Charlie, how you now?
Feeling surprisingly better. I did not mean to sleep that long.
Oh yeah, busy day yesterday though. But seems to have done the kiddos well too. They've been jumping on the bed to get at today, bright and early, so...
How did you finish up the day yesterday? Did you go to the event?
Nah, mostly just resting. I had a thing with the stomach going on for myself too, so took it easy. But I think we're all rested now, so maybe we can actually go to the event today.
Alright. Give me a few moments to just get myself together. I'll be out.
Alright, I'll go grab Spence. And Dave will hang up the phone and rally the kiddos to go and bang on Spencer's door.
Spencer, have you left to go to the breakfast area yet, or are you still in your room, do you think?
Yeah, I'm already down there.
Okay, you get no answer, and I think at this point Charlie's probably made his way out of his door as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, if there's no answer from Spencer's door, I think the next safest bet is to just get everyone down to the breakfast area, get some food in the kiddos, and see if Spencer's either there or if he shows up.
Okay, so y'all will start making your way down. Spencer, you are in an empty breakfast area. There is absolutely nothing prepared. You've probably looked out the front door already and seen that there is a ton of snow, just like there was yesterday. And yeah, there is nothing on the Continental Breakfast Bar.
Ah, boy, this stuff again. Anyways, I know what I should do. And he walks over to the front desk and he's gonna ding the bell a few times.
You ding it and wait for a little bit, and nothing. There's nobody there.
As I'm waiting, I'm going to take a 20 out of my wallet and kind of palm it, and then put the wallet back in my pants there.
Okay.
And continue waiting.
Yeah, no one shows up. But eventually your friends do.
Oh, hey. I kind of wave to him.
Oh, up early today, eh, Spence?
Oh yeah, I don't want another repeat of yesterday. That was quite a day.
Yeah, you and me both. You feeling better?
A little bit. I wanted to ring the guys to give them a little, and I kind of show them the 20 in my palm. A little something after making that mess yesterday in the jacuzzi, but no one seems to be around.
Really, no one's around again? Since yesterday when we came down here to go grab the breakfast and couldn't find anyone. Speaking of, have you grabbed some already?
Oh, I looked around, but there was nothing. But yeah, yesterday morning was kind of a blur for me, to be honest. I don't remember a single thing.
Okay, well, Dave will turn to Jason and Sean and, I guess Charlie, if he's in tow, and gonna go scope out the breakfast area, which you've already described as being empty again.
Oh, I guess the snow hasn't cleaned up.
This is kind of strange. You'd think, after going through this yesterday, they'd kind of be on top of things. Unless the weather got real bad while we were sleeping.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the front desk for that guy again.
Hey, Charlie, roll me wisdom, please.
Oh, fuck. That would be awesome in D&D. Nat 20 to fail.
Okay. Go ahead and walk in back, and you will see the same kitchenette from yesterday, and there is nobody there. Everything is dark. It's kind of colder back here, and there seems to be no one around.
Well, he's not back here. Maybe he's...
I'm gonna just kind of have a thought and go look out the front door, the parking lot.
You go and you look out the front door, and you can see that your truck that you guys drove yesterday is in perfect condition, but also very snowed in. The parking lot has been plowed, but again, there is a large buildup of snow behind all of the vehicles. You can see that there are a couple of sedans and other trucks that are also in the parking lot, like there was yesterday, and there's a few people that are milling about, but they seem to be acting as though everything is completely normal. You see this gentleman in a purple Vikings jacket, and he's got this bushy mustache, and he wanders outside for a second past you, and kind of puts his hands on his hips and looks at his car, and then comes back in, and he says, Well, if that ain't enough to get your goat, I don't know what is.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, Dave will have the kids sit down in the cafeteria and venture on over to check out what's going on.
Look at this. The wrecking crew already got your car back. But then it got snowed in again.
Huh. Alright. And the guy with the purple jacket, he's standing right there, right?
Yep.
And that's Bill from yesterday, right?
Correctamundo.
Correct. Great. So then, yeah, Dave will just kind of peek over at the car, kind of curiously note that it's back in the same position it was yesterday, and turn to Bill and say, oh, hey there, Bill. Saw you walking by the room this morning. Glad I didn't bump into you again.
What are you talking about, dear? Do I know you from somewheres?
Oh, yeah. Name's Dave. We met early yesterday morning on my way out of the my room upstairs.
Well, I didn't get into the hotel until yesterday evening, though.
Dave just, Dave cannot process that information. He's just like, but we bumped into each other in the morning. I have 2 kiddos?
No, I saw you through the door. Yeah, no, I saw you closing your door, but we didn't bump into each other. That's the only night I've been here is last night.
His eyes slowly narrow, and he just kind of says, "Okay, well,
You alright there, feller?
yeah, I guess I'm just a bit hungry, you know? Weather's looking kind of nasty, eh?"
Well, we could all take a walk down to the McDonald's. It's just around the corner.
Well, yesterday we were going to head to a diner.
Well, that would probably, I think there might be one close. I'm not too sure. I ain't from around these parts. I'm from, down south near Rochester.
Yeah, we were told there was one nearby.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, if the McDonald's is within walking distance, that's probably a better bet. Especially if it's right around the corner.
Well, yeah, it ain't too far. And, we could just walk and hopefully there'll be somebody back here that can help us clear out our cars when we get back.
Charlie, side-eyes the deep snow in his cast, and he's like, yeah, we can walk. Great.
Yeah. Dave will glance over to the kiddos and get them on board for McDonald's. I'm sure they're pretty pumped for it, but before actually leaving, he does want to, check his phone to check the forecast for today, just to make sure he's not leading everyone into another huge mess like yesterday.
Roll wisdom when you do that, please.
Okie dokes. That's a pass.
It says February 2nd again on your phone when you click on the weather app. And it was February 2nd yesterday.
Huh. Well, that's weird, Dave will say, looking at his phone. Probably not having moved from Charlie's side. Maybe Bill's still there. I don't know. That's up to you. But, he'll just kind of look up to whoever's around, and he'll say, what day of the week is it?
It's Saturday,
3rd.
February 2nd.
Yep, the 3rd. What?
No, it's the 2nd, definitely. And he'll show you his smartwatch.
No, because my flight, and then Dave, and the event.
Dave will slowly hold up his phone to Charlie, showing the date on it as well.
But my flight, and you, and the event.
Have y'all been drinking?
No, I don't do too much drinking these days. Gonna go talk to our other friend over here and get him on board for the McDonald's trip at the very least.
Okay.
And Dave's gonna go talk to Spencer.
Yeah, I'm still over there by the front desk, waiting.
As he's walking over there, I'm going to be trying to hobble right behind Dave on my crutches, and I'm going to be trying to be like, but Dave, my flight, and you, and the event.
Dave's just letting you babble at this point. That's fine. So, Spence, why don't you take a look at this? And Dave will just slide
the service in this place. Can you believe it?
He'll slide his phone in front of Spencer, showcasing the date and today's forecast and everything. You're seeing what I'm seeing, right?
Oh my gosh. You're meaning to tell me I got here a day early yesterday? That's why we weren't ever going to get there on time. They weren't even open yet.
No, so the thing is, talking to Bill over there, and I've ran into him in the morning yesterday, and he has no recollection of it. Something tells me something weird's going on.
Well, it's not that weird to run into somebody and they forget.
Well, yeah, I like to think that I'm at least a little bit memorable. You know, especially with the two kiddos. We literally bumped into each other in the morning.
I kind of bring my hand up in there, and I'm like, eh.
The front door of the hotel dings, and you watch as a long-haired gentleman walks in, and he's got a bunch of boxes of donuts.
Is this Jackson?
It is.
Yes, I take notes. It's great. Yeah, Dave will mosey on over to Jackson to help him out carrying all the stuff he's carrying, and he'll say, "Oh, hey there, Jackson."
Oh, hey, sorry about all this. I had to run out and get some breakfast for everybody, because Paula called in and said that she was snowed in, and so, I mean, again, we're not trying to run a terrible show here or nothing, but we also don't want people driving when it's unsafe, and she lives a bit ways out, and so, yeah, when I got here, there was no one, and so I thought I might head over to the Dunkin' and get some donuts for everyone.
Honestly, good call having her stay home. Didn't go well for us yesterday.
Oh, you were here yesterday? I thought you got in the afternoon, though, right?
Nope, second night here. Remember, we got our car stuck yesterday, so we ended up in an accident. It was a whole mess.
He's gonna look over at you, Dave, and he's gonna say, "Is your buddy drunk?"
No, it ended up on the news, I think. There's a whole fire from an 18-wheeler.
I mean, you can turn on the boob if you want, but I ain't heard nothing about that. He'll walk over, he'll set down the donuts, and then he'll go behind the counter and he'll grab out a remote for you, and he'll allow you to turn on the TV.
Over in Cass Lake, where 6 people have been murdered by a man named Adam Gumby.
And there's various, local morning shows that are on.
What shipments? What do you mean, like truckloads?
Semi-truck. He ordered 2 semi-trucks of mangoes, and he had them delivered to his home.
And they're reporting various accidents around, Bemidji, Sault Ste. Marie, the local kind of area, and, yeah, none of them even come close to mirroring what happened to you guys yesterday, though.
Man, this is the lousy state of the media these days. Not a single story about the fish fingers.
While that's happening, Dave's going to go over and grill Jason and Sean about what they remember from the day prior.
So who are you going to start with?
We'll do Jason.
Okay, Jason is the older one, right?
That sounds correct.
I've been playing him like that, so,
Makes sense to me.
What, Dad? I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're probably going to take a little walk here in a second to go to McDonald's for breakfast. But, kind of a weird question, Jason. What do you remember about yesterday?
Well, we drove in, and we met your boomer friends, and that's about it, I think.
Okay.
I'm technically Gen X, right?
Dave will at this point turn to Sean or call him over if he's not right there and ask him the same question. What do you remember about yesterday?
Daddy's Generation X a wrestler?
Sure, why not? Dave will...
We got on the plane and then the big truck and we came here.
Dave slowly nods. His children would certainly remember all that shit that happened yesterday. So
having their lives threatened by Spencer in the car.
At the very least. So I feel like they're his kids, so it's probably pretty clear to Dave that they don't.
Oh yeah, they're very honest with you. You do not detect deceit. Jason was kind of sarcastic about it, but everything checks out.
Yeah. All right. Then Dave's gonna go back to Charlie and Spencer, for a little group meeting, and he'll say, "So guys, I had a little bit of a sit down with the boys over there, and well, they don't remember anything about yesterday."
Yeah, well, I guess that stomachache really took a toll on us. I would understand that.
I mean, I don't think that a stomachache would have kids forgetting about some of the things that they see yesterday.
I tell you what, I want to forget about yesterday. I mean, like, you didn't want to see the jacuzzi after... I'm just gonna stop right there.
So what are you saying, Dave?
You know, I don't rightly know what I'm saying, but I do know this. Something very strange is going on. And maybe, just maybe, we're at the center of it all. For some reason.
Something supernatural.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. You know, I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that there's something supernatural going on.
Oh, I bet we're being pranked. Where's the hidden cameras? And I start looking around.
You all hear kind of like this cracking noise going on above you, and then you hear like this loud sort of like sliding and friction noise against the roof, and you look out the window to the side that the main doors and entrance and like the parking lot would be, and you watch as just a large amount of snow just comes tumbling down incredibly fast and incredibly hard, and it piles up near the window, and it takes up a pretty large amount of space, and then everything kind of quiets down again.
Hmm. Well, maybe we should head to McDonald's, huh?
I think if we're going to make the trip, we should do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, maybe we should just skip breakfast. It didn't work out for us well yesterday. And so,
yeah. Well, I would trust the quality assurance at McDonald's over this place.
I do got to get some food for the kiddos, one way or the other.
All right. So you gather up Jason and Sean, and you all start making your way out into the street, or into the parking lot, I mean, with Bill. And Charlie, you're sort of lagging behind. Roll me dexterity, please.
Wow, a rare dex pass for Charlie.
Okay, so again, you all hear this loud crack and just this rush of friction as this snow begins to just descend incredibly and impossibly quickly. And Charlie, you just instinctively leap forward, and right as this happens, like your legs and stuff kind of get buried by snow a little bit, but you manage to miss the brunt of it as basically the entire entrance is now buried under snow.
That was a close one.
oh my god, you almost got crushed, buddy.
Yeah, glad you made it out.
I just had a feeling. Strange feeling. Well, on to McDonald's.
I wonder if their ice cream machine's working today.
So you start to make your way around the corner, and you get into kind of like a little commercial section of Bemidji, and there's a few shops that haven't opened, a couple of hair salons and things like that, and you head a little bit further up the block, and just as Bill said, there are the golden arches of McDonald's, and it doesn't take you long. Like, you guys are there within about 10 minutes. It only really takes that long because Charlie is really slow in this very deep snow, and but all of you manage to help him hobble his way into the McDonald's, and you go up and you place your orders, and you all kind of go and sit down and start eating, and Bill goes, yeah, you know, I'm an accountant in Rochester there, you know, trying to come up and see if I can try my hand at a bit of ice fishing, you know, maybe win that there trophy. It'd be real nice to put on the mantle, of course, you know.
Well, I got bad news for you. You won't.
You trying to say that you're going to be the winner here, bud?
No, but my new buddy Spencer here. I hear he's quite the fisherman.
Oh no, I've never fished. I just make the reels. I'm a designer.
Wait. You're making a product for something you've never done?
Yeah, I don't like to get my hands wet.
How do you know if it's any good?
I mean, people tell me. I can read a tech sheet.
Alright, mister, you might win after all.
I even invented a bearing. Look at this one. And I pull out my suitcase and get out a special bearing. Show it to
Oh
him.
my god.
It looks just like every other bearing you've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that's a bearing if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, but check this out. And I hold the middle of it and then spin the outside and it's like this.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Like I said, that's a bearing if I've ever seen one, you know?
Yeah, it's got the magic touch, I tell you.
Jason and Sean seem in much better spirits at this point. They're kind of laughing and joking with each other, and they seem to be doing a lot better than they were when they were still hungry. And so yeah, you pack everything up, you throw away your food, your wrappers and whatnot, and you head out of the McDonald's and you start to make your way back to the hotel.
Well, if it's the second, we still have time for the event. Opening day.
Yeah, I'll probably just want to check the weather, because it's not too great out right now. But I can check that when we get back.
Well, I think what happened yesterday, Dave, was you were just going way too fast. You should have brought it down to a cool 25.
I do admit, I had a bit of a lead foot yesterday. Could definitely have stood to slow it down a little. Yeah, we'll get back to the place. Do they have the front door shoveled out?
So there's some people out front working on it, and one of the guys that's shoveling it, he'll point around the corner and say, there's another door over there if you want to, take a little walk.
Okay. Yeah. Plan of attack. Walk in using side door. Get in and check the forecast for today to see if weather's going to get bad, kind of like what we experienced yesterday, or worse.
Oh, yeah, dude. You immediately look at your phone, and the first thing that you see is that red like band that they put across the top that says snow flurry warning.
Actually, since we can look this up, is there anything about the events? Like, are there any like warnings, like drive safely, or is it canceled due to weather or anything like that?
So you go immediately to the events webpage, which is literally a Facebook event page, and somebody at 6:01 this morning posted, "Drive safe, everyone." And you can, it's just got a couple of exclamation points and then a thumbs up emoji. And that's literally it. Like, it's got all of the information, it's on Lake Bemidji. It starts at 9 a.m. It's a by weight catch tournament, so the largest weight of keepable fish will be the winner. And the prizes are all, like rods, reels, and, various tackle boxes and things like that. Probably like a Bass Pro gift card, too.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, then looking at his phone, Dave will just kind of say aloud to the group, "Oh, the weather here is not looking too great, at least in the forecast anyways. I'm not sure how these conditions are going to fare out in terms of driving. Maybe not so bad getting there, but I'm kind of concerned about getting back, at the very least."
Understandable. Well, maybe we just have a look around and we'll come home early and beat the traffic.
Yeah, as disappointing as that might be, I know the kiddos had their heart set in getting out in the lake, and I certainly could have stood to do some fishing on my own, but, safety has to come first.
Well, he could stay here and watch the event on TV.
I mean, it's already ice fishing. What would the weather have to do with any of it? Like, what's the worst that could happen? You get cold, you're already going to be there.
It's mostly driving conditions that I'm concerned about. Things, whiteout conditions, driving off-road, getting run off the road by giant trucks, that sort of thing.
Well, there is that.
I don't want to repeat what we did yesterday.
Yeah, that would be awful. And then I look at the camera.
On the other hand, I suppose we could just choose to do the exact same thing that we did yesterday. But I think something a little different's in order. A little bit safer.
Why don't I just shell out the dough? We'll rent a big room, and we'll all just have a relaxing day here at the hotel.
There's a glimmer that sheens off of my black card.
Right.
I pull it from my wallet.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I want to check to see if the fellows up front need any help with anything. But if you want to get that room down, I think that sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm going to crutch my way to the front desk and order up whatever the biggest room is. Party room. Bridal suite.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple of suites. Yeah, we got, they're honeymooning, and the tub is heart-shaped, but, we can bring some cots in, and it's got, 2 beds.
We just need to get a big old TV and some place to stretch out, and, that ought to do her. You know where they're broadcasting this event? Any local news stations or anything?
They might cover it at the 5 o'clock news, but other than that, I don't think there's going to be, coverage.
Well, maybe we'll catch a marathon somewhere.
Yeah, okay, so all you're going to need to do is you go up the stairs and go all the way down to your left until you get to the end of the hallway, and you'll find the suite there.
All the way down to the end of the hallway. All right.
So as you're making your way up these stairs, this is an older built building, and so these stairs are a little bit steeper than they normally would be in most places. So roll me dexterity.
Barely a fail.
Okay, so as you're making your way up, Jason and Sean, they're racing their way up the stairwell as well, and Jason knocks into your crutch and just knocks it clean out from under you, and you go tumbling backwards. And you hit every single stair as you're doing it, and when you hit the ground, your head just smacks against it. And everybody hears it. It's incredibly loud, and there's this sickening wet crack as it happens, and immediately this enormous puddle of blood starts to fill the carpeting that's down at the bottom of these stairs. And Charlie, you're barely conscious right now. Like, you're here sort of, but everything is just very... You have double vision right now, you're woozy, and it's hard to tell what's happening.
For clarity's sake, I'd like to say that Dave probably sent the kids with Charlie and Spencer. Spencer's going with Charlie, while Dave checked out up front to see if they needed any hands shoveling, because he's that sort of guy.
So Dave is outside, then Spencer, you're probably one of the only people that sees this besides Jackson.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I run over to him and reach down with my good hand to try to pick him back up.
Dave?
You notice immediately that he is bleeding profusely. There is an enormous puddle that you would guess is somewhere in like the 1.5 foot diameter behind his head right now, and rapidly filling.
Oh my god, first the jacuzzi, now this.
Dave, I took a tumble.
Yeah, you just keep quiet here and we'll get you all sorted. I'm gonna get them to come and get help, okay? Just wait right here. And I'm gonna go try to run to the front desk and...
Jackson is running over, and he's like, Somebody's got to call 911. Oh God, somebody's got to call 911 right now.
Yes, somebody has to
okay.
call 911, and I put my hand on his shoulder and like kind of make the big eyes at him that he's got to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go. Yep. Okay. And he'll run over and like he's frantic at this point. Like you can see that he's completely shaking, and he rushes over and he grabs onto the phone, and it's like wavering in his hand, and he kind of almost drops it a few times, and he's dialing some numbers onto the phone, and then he holds it up to his ears, and he's just breathing heavily. What are you doing now, Spencer?
All right, Charlie, how many fingers am I holding up? And I hold up 3 fingers in front of his face.
I see 5 or 6, Dave.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have help on the way here. I had 3, by the way. You're gonna make it. This is look at what you did yesterday. We made it through that.
Spencer? Spencer, this is the 2nd time you've saved my life.
Yeah, that's right. And you owe me with that big black card you got in your wallet there. Drinks will be on you later, buddy.
I'll buy you whatever you want. Spencer, you want a Roy Rogers? You got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's exactly what I drink. I look at the camera again.
Roll Constitution, Charlie.
Nat 20 fail.
Amazing.
Nice.
Immediately, Charlie stops moving and breathing.
Oh no, come on. I start smacking him on the face. Don't do this to me.
You hear Jackson yell, "The ambulance is on the way!"
I'm gonna start doing chest compressions.
So you do chest compressions for what feels like hours. And everything is a blur as paramedics arrive, and you see people getting a backboard off of this stretcher, and they're sliding it under Charlie's body, and you watch as other people take over chest compressions, and somebody else is doing his bag mask over his mouth, and they lift up on this board once they've completed strapping him down. And again, everything just seems to be happening in slow motion. At this point, Dave, you're out front, and you watched as these paramedics rush in the side. Like, you've heard the sirens as they're coming, and they pull up quickly next to a cleared handicapped spot, and they rush out the back and the sides of it, and then into the building. And I imagine that you probably set down your shovel and follow. And when you get inside, you see that Jason and Sean are crying at a table, just weeping and sobbing openly, and you can see that they're covering up Charlie with a sheet on this stretcher, and you can see that Spencer is in this fetal position almost, and he's not really cognizant of what's going on around him. He's just kind of near this bloody stain on the bottom of the carpet at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, Dave's first instinct, as soon as he sees the ambulance, he knows it's Charlie. I feel like he just knows that in his gut, that something happened to Charlie, but he doesn't know the extent of which, and his first thing he has to do here is take care of the kids. So it's just sitting down with them and making sure that they're all right.
I think the rest of the afternoon, conversations with police officers, people coming and going, everything again is just such a blur, and you're all given a stipend to go and stay at a different motel that's down the road, and you're all given rides by these police officers, and you are in the same car as your children, Dave, and you've been consoling them and probably crying with them at this point, and or maybe cried out, possibly. And when you get to the hotel room, you make your way inside knowing that this storm is too bad and it's not worth it to make your way to the airport at this point. And so you get the kids settled in, and you get yourself settled in, and you lay down into bed, and go to sleep. And Spencer, I think you do the same thing. And the next morning, Charlie, you awaken to your alarm clock going off. And you hear, "Good morning, Bemidji. It's 7:01 a.m. and a brisk 7 degrees outside with a chance of flurries all day. I am Mike Wolf with KAPL, and this is your morning grind. Starting off the day with Braxton Barful's seminal 2001 hit, Who Was In My Hole Last Night?"
Huh? Oh. Oh, boy.
Dial the phone. Call Dave's room.
Dave, your kids are jumping on the bed. You just heard the radio announcer. You checked your phone immediately when you heard the radio announcer and your kids were jumping on the bed. And again, it is February 2nd, and your phone rings.
He lets it ring just a little bit longer than he normally would, slowly puts the phone down, tells the kids to stop jumping on the bed, they'll hurt themselves, and answers the phone, and says, "Oh, hey there, it's Dave."
Hey, Dave.
"Charlie, you're alright?"
Yeah. I took a tumble down the stairs there yesterday.
"Yeah, we, you know what, I'm gonna come over to your room to talk about this. Give me a second." And Dave's gonna hang up rather abruptly, tell his kids that he's gonna just step out of the room for just a little bit, have them stay put, and he's gonna go over to Charlie's room.
So you bump into a gentleman as soon as you leave the room, and he's wearing a purple Vikings jacket, and he's got a bushy mustache, and he says, "Hey, watch it there, guy."
Without even thinking, Dave immediately says, "Oh, sorry about that, Bill."
"Oh,
And he keeps walking, because he needs to get to Charlie's room.
okay. Have a good one, pal."
Knock, knock, knock.
You hear something fall inside the room, and then the door opens, and I'm like buttoning on my pants, and I'm like, "Damn this caster."
Oh, hey, Dave.
Yeah, so we saw them, wheeling you away on a stretcher yesterday.
I must have blacked out. I don't remember.
Let me, go get Spencer here. 1 second. And he'll go across the hall and knock on Spencer's door.
You don't get an answer for a few minutes, but you hear shuffling.
Dave waits.
Yeah, and then after a good while, you see a very disheveled Spencer, who looks like he's been drinking most of the night.
Were you up all night, Spencer?
Yes.
Okay, so at some point, you black out and you wake up in a completely different room.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dave. You're not gonna believe this. The walls are a different color here.
Yeah, well, you may not believe this, but Charlie's alive.
You see his eyes start to roll back, and he just falls down flat backwards.
Dave would try to catch you, but I'm just gonna say he doesn't manage to do it. Oh, alright. Dave will pick you up and yeet you onto your bed so you're not just laying on the floor. And go over to Charlie, tell Charlie to come over to Spencer's room, and then he'll try to make sure that Spencer's doing alright.
I think he'll come to eventually.
Okay, great.
Yeah, if you bring Charlie back into the room, as soon as you both walk in there, Spencer just sits up in the bed like the Undertaker coming up out of the coffin. It's true.
Yeah, alright, so I'm assuming the two of you remember yesterday asking me if I thought this was something supernatural. And, well, considering we saw that Charlie was dead yesterday, and today he's most certainly not, I admit, I don't have a clue what's going on here.
I was up the whole time. It's like, at some point, I just blinked and I was back here. I guess reliving the worst 2 days of my life, which are, at this point, the same day.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
You died in my arms, Charlie.
I remember you were there.
Yeah, I was doing chest compressions on you for as long as I could. I mean, granted, I only had one good arm, so, maybe they weren't the greatest, but I tried.
You held up 2 hands full of fingers for me, and
It was 1 hand. It was 3 fingers.
I owe you. Spencer, I owe you.
What do you owe me? You died.
All I know is I owe you. I owed you, and then I woke up in bed.
Exactly. Check your phone right now.
I will pull it out and
February 2nd.
What are we gonna do? Every time we fall asleep or die, we wake up here.
I didn't fall asleep. Something happened.
Yeah, we even, after you passed away, Charlie, we went to a different hotel to stay in, and, woke up here still, so.
Are we in purgatory?
Worse. We're in Bemidji.
There's a tagline for this, great.
fucking got him.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I don't have any good answers for that.
Everyone roll wisdom for me, please.
My best stat, that's a success.
Success.
You want to get under, right?
Yep.
Alright, then that's a success.
You all hear somebody pounding on a door. You think it's coming from the right of the room that you're in, and that would be your room, Dave. Like loud pounding on it.
God damn it. Okay. Dave's just gonna... Assuming we all look at each other because we all hear the same thing, Dave's just gonna head out and over to the door to his room.
You walk out into the hallway, and you can see that Bill is pounding on your door.
Oh, hey there, Bill. Actually, just talking to a friend of mine over here.
Your kids, I think I saw him going out the front door. I tried to chase after him, but I followed the tracks a little bit, but there were a lot because, people have been coming and going. The little ones that I saw in the room, your little
Dave's
ones.
already moving. He doesn't really even hesitate. He hears his kids walk out the front door of this place, and he books it.
I'm just going to throw Charlie over my shoulder and carry him out like wounded soldier style.
Yeah, you all start hurrying out the front door, and you try and follow tracks, but they could go either left towards the McDonald's or right, you would imagine, is leading down towards the diner at this point.
Dave probably has a good lead on Spencer and Charlie. Unless they call out, he might not even know they're there, so he'll probably just go left.
Okay, so you're hurrying your way, and it's not super snowy, but most people haven't gotten out to shovel at this point, and you're just making your way as fast as you possibly can. Roll me dexterity.
Love these rolls. These are my favorite. That is barely a success.
So, while you're crossing the street, you hear this horn honk out, and you sort of jump back as quickly as you possibly can, and this car just skids maybe a foot in front of you. Barely missing your toes. It splashes you full of slush, and then comes to an arrest, maybe 560 to the right of you at this point of the intersection. And the driver makes eye contact with you, and you can see that it's a young lady, and she looks fucking terrified, and she floors it, and it spits up a little bit more slush, and then she eventually takes off onto the road and gets out of there.
To add to that, Dave would probably try to run over to the driver's side door. Obviously she's gonna take off with the intent of asking her about the kids, not caring about himself at all.
Oh yeah, she's fucking terrified, dude. Yeah. Just absolutely terrified.
And he looks around frantically. Can he get a sense of any sort of tracks? I know it's probably tough.
Why don't you roll me wisdom?
Sure. That is a success.
You actually see some little footprints are going up over the snowbank, and you begin to immediately follow them, and you go turn around the corner in this commercial district, and you see Jason and Sean are holding hands and making their way towards the Golden Arches.
Yeah, Dave's gonna run them down. he'll call out to them and then run on over to them, just like soaking wet, probably breathing pretty heavily because he was really pushing himself, I would imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
I told you to stay put in the room. You shouldn't be leaving like that.
We were hungry, Jason says.
Do you even have money for food? What?
No.
What was the plan here?
I don't know. We were hungry.
Okay. What we're gonna do, alright? We're gonna go in there, we're gonna get you some food, and we're gonna go straight back. We ain't gonna leave the hotel today. We ain't gonna go upstairs today. We're just gonna sit in the cafeteria and relax, because the weather's supposed to get real bad. And, you can't ever do this again, right?
I'm sorry, I was just hungry, and Sean was hungry, and we were just trying to get some food. And there was nothing down in the hotel.
Okay, well, we're gonna get food now. Just, you don't leave my side like that ever again. And he'll just, like, he'll pat them on the back, but kind of, like, grab their shoulders and escort them into McDonald's to get food.
God, I wish I could say that I haven't done that before. Charlie and Spencer, you've been following. You saw the, near miss with the car, and you're making your way around the corner as well. And why don't you guys both roll me dexterity?
I'm being carried, so it's all up to Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer, take it at disadvantage, actually.
Fail.
Okay. So, you turn this corner, and immediately you hear this, like, loud, familiar crack of ice, and this enormous sheet just comes down, and it just smashes into the side of both of you, and it takes you down to the ground, and I think everything goes black at that point. Dave, roll me wisdom.
Just barely pass.
You're, like, reuniting with Jason and Sean, and right as you're about to make your way towards the McDonald's, you hear that crack, and it makes you just turn your head backwards, and you see this enormous sheet of ice, and it comes down into Charlie first, and it dissects him in half, and then immediately starts making its way down into Spencer's neck, and you see this just shower of gore as they're both split almost in two for Spencer, but completely in two for Charlie, and you're watching as they're twitching there on the street, and a couple of cars just crash into each other as they also witness this spectacle, and there's just this immediate chaos, and you watch as everything just immediately begins to be a blur around you as you pull out your phone and you dial 911, and it feels like hours pass by as you just try and process everything that's going on, and then the sirens come in the distance, and paramedics show up, and it's conversations with police officers, it's talking to Jason and Sean, who are just inconsolable at this point, and then getting your stipend to go to a different hotel, and knowing that this is a bad idea, but also knowing that it's probably a bad idea to take your children into more danger at this point, and to back on this road that you know is probably trying to kill you. And you wake up the next morning. Good morning, Bemidji. It's 7:01 a.m. and a brisk 7 degrees outside with a chance of flurries all day. I am Mike Wolf with KAPL, and this is your morning grind. Starting off the day with Braxton Barful's seminal 2001 hit, Who Was In My Hole Last Night?
Dave's phone rings.
The kids are jumping on the bed and the phone's ringing.
Yeah, and Dave, like, the first thing Dave says when he wakes up is, stop jumping on the bed, you'll hurt yourself. And then he's already reaching for the phone. And he'll pick it up and he'll say, Charlie?
Dave?
Yeah, good to hear you're still alive again. So...
You have a call break.
Charlie, Dave, it's Spence.
Oh, hey there. Good to hear you're still alive, too.
Spencer?
Yeah, it got us both this time.
I only owe you one now. You spent one.
That's fair. So
we need to meet.
Okay, before we meet, how about this? Just kind of throwing this out there, since now that I've personally seen the two of you die.
Yeah, it's your turn.
And he realizes that he's probably talking a little too loud, so he kind of hushes down at this point. He'll say, so here's what I think we should do, all right? Let's not leave our rooms, okay? We'll just stay put all day.
All right, I can get behind that.
All right.
Okay? We'll have someone run us up some of the Dunkin' Donuts that Jackson brings in. And,
No. Remember the first day.
oh, we can't go hungry, though. Kiddos need some food to get by.
Have them go down to McDonald's and bring us some, as long as
No.
we're not going there.
No.
I think
No
we'll be
one's
fine.
leaving the rooms, alright? You know, I think we can use Charlie's black credit card to order ourselves some takeout locally and never have to leave our hotel rooms here.
Yeah, McDelivery. McLivery. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
It's not gonna be so bad. We can have each other on speaker and we'll have a day together.
Mm-hmm. We can even, the TVs in our rooms here, we can turn into the old fishing channel.
Have a watch party.
Right, have ourselves a little bit of a watch along.
You know, I'd kind of rather die than do that.
There's a stagnant pause from Dave when you say that.
But in the rooms, we just stay here. That sounds good.
Yep, all day and we see what happens.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow, same time.
Well, we can chat on the phone, you know. Unless you
Yeah.
really don't want to do the watch along, then I suppose it can just be me, Charlie, and the kiddos. Oh, you already hung up, didn't you? That's all right. Great. Yeah, I guess our great plan of action is to do fuck all.
Okay, so I think in about an hour, you get a knock on the door. You did a leave at the door, DoorDash. You tipped generously with Charlie's black card, and all of you get a knock, and there are McDonald's waiting at your door when you reach out and you grab it, and basically look like the fucking thing from Adam's Family, just reaching out, grabbing the fucking food, and going right back into your room, and you slam the door shut, you chain it back shut, and everything is uneventful. Let's say it's about noon if you guys want to like call each other or something like that.
Yeah, Dave's phone will ring.
Hey there, Charlie.
This is the life.
Yeah, you know, it'd be nice to be out in the lake doing a little bit of fishing, but a little bit of leisure time never hurt anyone. And hopefully it doesn't hurt anyone today.
Well, this is all my leg needed. Some rest and relaxation.
Yo, you're kind of pushing it, going on this trip there with that leg of yours. Seems to have caused a lot of problems for you.
I'll tell you what's weird. Every time I wake up, I feel fresh as a daisy.
Well, hopefully that carries you over to tomorrow. You know, we should probably bring Spencer in on the call, make sure he's still alright.
Alright.
Beep boop a doop.
He's gonna let it ring a bunch of times. And then finally, after like maybe 5 or 6 rings.
I thought we were clear.
Oh, you're alive.
Yes, I'm alive.
Gave us a little spook there.
Yeah, you know, I figured it'd be good to just stay in touch. Do some check-ins if we're not talking. That sort of thing.
Well, yeah, if I didn't make it, then we'd just be in the same spot as we were tomorrow, and you'd probably hear sirens or something outside at some point.
So that brings up the real question. What are we gonna do if we wake up on the 2nd tomorrow?
You mean the real tomorrow? You mean February 3rd?
What are we gonna do if we don't reach February 3rd?
I suppose we keep trying other things. See if anything helps.
What do you think this all means, Dave? in the grand scheme of things, I mean, did you do anything horrible? I didn't really tell my wife honestly where I would be. She thinks I'm visiting my parents.
Why would you lie about going on this trip here? Actually, back up. Why would you lie to your wife? You know, you shouldn't really do that sort of thing. It should be an open line of communication.
She's not very big on the idea of moving, and I knew that she wouldn't approve of me trying to think about taking this job. But I think if she knew what a great place this was, she would. But now I'm not so sure this is a great place.
Yeah, all things considered, I probably wouldn't come back here.
Did either of you do anything wrong before you came?
You know, I suppose I did speed a little one time not too long ago. Went 35 and a 30.
You were doing speed? Oh, I see.
But I don't think this is the sort of punishment that sort of thing would warrant. Oh, Spencer hung up on us again, didn't he?
Yes.
That's amazing.
He's been gone for like a few minutes.
Yeah. Perfect.
We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, alright.
See you when I see you, Dave.
Alright, sounds good. And we'll keep doing nothing.
So while the day passes on, I think Charlie will grow a bit antsy and feel kind of weird because the days, like 3 days have passed, and normally he showers every morning, but he has not. And so even though it's the same day, he still feels kind of grubby, like even if it's a placebo effect. I think he's gonna just hop in the shower real quick.
Yeah, why don't you roll me dexterity?
Passerino.
Oh, shit! Wow. Okay. So you get into the shower and you immediately slip. Like your feet go completely out from under you and you smack your head up against the side of the shower, but it's smart. There's definitely going to be an egg and you feel awful, like your leg banged up against some things as you hit the ground, but you're laying there staring up and you're spitting out the water from the shower head that's raining down upon you currently and just thanking your lucky stars that you're still kind of okay.
Dave's phone rings again.
Hey there, Charlie.
I am sitting in my bed, completely naked, Dave.
Okay.
Sopping wet.
Okay.
Because I almost died again in the shower.
Okay. So maybe you just dry off there and tuck yourself into bed and go to sleep, huh?
We're not safe anywhere, Dave. We're not safe anywhere.
Dave, roll wisdom, please.
Sure. That's a pass.
You look over and you see that Jason is snacking on a double cheeseburger, and he immediately kind of like looks at you and is grasping at his mouth and at his neck and just like panicking immediately.
Okay, gotta go. Child's choking. And he hangs up immediately and goes to fucking deal with that.
Okay, roll strength.
Okay, sure.
His phone is still ringing off the hook.
Does meets beats?
No, it does not.
Then that is a fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Great.
you rush over and you immediately place your your hands around Jason's waist and you start squeezing and the phone is just ringing and you're just wrenching into this child and you're looking down and everything just is not going the way that it's supposed to and you're just forcing your hands back into his stomach and he's turning blue at this point and then you stop and you panic and you don't know what else to do and so you pick up your phone and you dial 911 and everything just begins to go in slow motion again. And you are trying to get this obstruction out of Jason's mouth. You've turned him over on his back. You're reaching inside and you're just digging your hands as deep as you can possibly get them. And you're trying to get it out and you can't get it out and there's nothing that you can do. And then the door is kicked open by paramedics who rush in and they're pushing you to the side and you're screaming and pleading with them. And they again just force you to the side and they put him on this stretcher and they're forcing into his chest and into his stomach and they're doing everything in their power to try and bring him back and everything is a blur. It's talking with police. It's your phone ringing off the hook and you finally bring yourself to go to bed. And when you wake up the next morning, it's
Good morning, Bemidji. It's 7:01 a.m. and a brisk 7 degrees outside with a chance of flurries all day. I am Mike Wolf with KAPL and this is your morning grind. Starting off the day with Braxton Barful's seminal 2001 hit, Who Was in My Hole Last Night?
and you look over and Jason and Sean are jumping on the bed.
I think this morning he lets the phone ring and just like lets them have a little bit of fun on the bed. Yeah, he's gonna take it very slow this particular morning.
Weirdly, the phone doesn't ring.
Oh. That's weird. Then yeah, he does certainly take it very slow. When he realizes the phone doesn't ring, he'll get the kids ready to head out, and he'll head into the hallway. He checks for Bill first so he doesn't bump into him. Maybe he waited too long this morning, I'm not sure. And his plan is to go check in his buddies.
When you step outside, you stop. Like you do a stutter when you open up the door and Bill passes right cleanly in front of you, as though you are Dalvin Cook, running back for the Minnesota Vikings. It's like instinct, like nothing you could do would have prepared you for the fact that your body is just ready to dodge Bill from now on, apparently.
Yes, right. Just a nice wave to the guy, but we need to go knock on Charlie and Spencer's doors.
No answer when you knock on Charlie's.
Neither on Spencer's.
Great. Dave's gonna call them on his phone. Charlie's always calling Dave, so we'll do Charlie first.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, hey there, Charlie. How you now?
Very cold.
Whoa. Where are you?
I don't know. I'm trying to hoof it to the airport. I have to go, Dave. I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna get out of this if it kills me.
What airport? Where are you heading?
I'm going home. I'm going back to my wife. I don't care if it costs me every single thing on my black card.
Wait, when'd you leave this morning?
As soon as I woke up, I'm sorry, Dave. I don't want to leave you and the kids and everything behind, but I am worried that it's every man for himself.
I mean, you do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. You know, just hope you make it alright.
Dave, you hear this horn honking and this horrible screech of tires. And then the line goes dead.
He slowly pulls the phone from his face, slowly hits the dial button for Spencer.
There's no answer. And then you hear ambulance sirens in the distance.
What's going on in your room, Spencer?
I'm not in my room. I'm in the jacuzzi, and I got a toaster on an extension cord that I dropped in there with me.
Oh! What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Dave, what are you doing?
Okay, so if Dave hears sirens approaching, right?
Yeah.
He wants to see what happens, but he's going to keep the kids close in a way to try to, like, stop them from seeing it, if he can.
So you make your way down to the lobby, and you watch as the front door busts open and a bunch of paramedics make their way inside, and they start making their way back towards the pool area. And as you see, they're bringing out a body, but it's covered with a sheet, and so you can't really see or tell who it is, but you know in your heart that it's Spencer as they make their way out the front door, and you hear that crack, and the snow begins to slide from, and it buries the paramedics, along with what you assume to be Spencer's corpse.
Dave, utterly dejected, just brings the kids back to the room and goes on full lockdown. Like, everything is just going downhill, and he's obviously losing what little grasp on the situation he thought he had, so it's just kind of shutdown mode for today, like, complete. Like, if he has to lie to his kids to get them through the day without eating, so be it.
After everything that has gone on, like, they saw these paramedics get buried through the windows, and they are pretty satisfied with just watching TV and not saying much of anything, and you eventually all go to bed, and the next morning you hear, "Good morning, Bemidji! It's 7:01 a.m. and a brisk 7 degrees outside with a chance of flurries all day. I am Mike Wolf with KAPL, and this is your morning grind. Starting off the day with Braxton Barfle's seminal 2001 hit, Who Was in My Hole Last Night?" And the kids are jumping on the bed.
Dave's phone rings.
Stop jumping on the bed, you'll hurt yourselves. He picks up the phone. Charlie? Yeah, you alright?
Here we are.
Gonna dial in Spencer.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay. Last couple were a bit rough.
Yeah, I was just trying some stuff.
Okay.
I think we gotta get to this show. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's my bearings.
All things considered, if this is gonna keep going on...
Listen to this.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do, alright, is we're gonna pack up right quick. We're gonna hit the road. We're gonna swing by McDonald's for some food, and then we're gonna go straight to the event. We ain't stopping. We ain't taking any detours. At the very least, we're gonna do some dang fishing today. And he hangs up the phone.
You are on a mission. So much of a mission that today you step out the door and you bump right into Bill.
Hey there, Bill. Sorry about that. Catch up with you later. And he keeps moving with the kiddos.
He just stares at you wide-eyed, and you are joined.
I'm gonna meet him in the hallway.
Yeah, as Bill is walking down the hallway, he sees Dave kind of go along, and out from the right side of the door, out comes Charlie, and then out from the left side comes Spencer, and we're just like,
oh, dude,
it's like a scene from West Wing.
Absolutely, like it is absolutely out of an Aaron Sorkin fucking movie or TV show. Like it's just motherfuckers on a mission. Like Jason and Sean aren't even fucking around at this point. Like they're just head down, marching, and you make your way down. You go straight past the empty Continental Breakfast Bar, and you march back past the front desk. You go into the office, you grab some shovels, you march out to your truck, and you immediately begin to unstick this vehicle. And with the determination that is in your current fervor, Dave, like it takes you no time at all. You eventually just back this thing out up over the snow pile that is remaining, and you then just make your way slowly and responsibly to McDonald's. You go through the drive-thru, you get everybody their chosen breakfast of choice. You don't even bitch at the kids about putting the syrup on their flapjacks while they're inside the vehicle because nobody is stopping for anything at any point. You have all of your reels, Spencer. Charlie, anything that you could possibly be missing, you are not, because you are on a fucking mission right now. And as you're making your way up 74, you pass a wreck of a semi that's in the ditch.
Sucks to be you, bro.
And you all just continue to zoom past it. Not zoom past, you go past at a responsible pace, and you see that there is fuel and flame leaking out, and a very clearly distressed driver that is probably going to die in an ensuing explosion at some point. But hey, more fish fingers for the rest of us, right?
Man, this McDonald's is busting for real, yo. No cap, am I right, kids?
Your friend's a boomer, Dad. And then you make your way to Lake Bemidji, where you all enjoy a day of prints and ice fishing and just absolute bliss. One of the best days that you've ever had in your entire lives.
Winner of this year's ice fishing competition is Dan White from PP Creek.
When it ends, you don't win the competition, and neither does Bill, so that brings you all a secret little bit of enjoyment, knowing that that motherfucker didn't win at the very least, and you make your way back to the hotel.
No, why would we? We're not going back to that damn place.
Where are you going?
Anywhere.
We could try the other hotel. The one that some of us have stayed in other days.
Okay, yeah. So you make your way over to the Lone Pine Inn, which is the other small... It's one of those, like, strips where the doors lead to outside as opposed to being, like, go inside to, like, corridors sort of place. So you go inside, and the lady is smoking a cigarette, which is really odd to be doing indoors in 2022, but she doesn't seem to pay much mind to that, as it's hazy in this room, and she says, "What can I do for you?"
We'll let Charlie take lead since he's probably paying.
Yeah. Charlie will drop his glimmering black card on the counter.
You all get your rooms for the night. You wake up the next morning and you all frantically check your phones, but you know you're not in the Bemidji Hotel. You're at the Lone Pine Inn. The wallpaper is the same. Everything is the same. And you breathe a sigh of relief, and you all get into the truck. You make your way down to Rochester so that you can get onto the plane, and all of you get on the same connecting flight. You're going to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and about halfway through the flight, you hear, "This is your captain speaking. Everybody, fasten your seatbelts. We're going to be experiencing a bit of turbulence." And the plane immediately drops about 50 feet, and you all just feel your stomachs lurch up into your hearts for a second, and everything just shakes and shakes and shakes violently.
Spencer?
I mean, how else would this end?
And then eventually everything levels off and the seatbelt signs go off, and you land in St. Paul, and that is where we will end.
Oh, well, now I seem like kind of a douche.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dave's aged like 25 years in the span of 2 days. He's like wide-eyed and twitching now. If that didn't work, he was going to start to lose it.
Somebody knocks their glass over, and Dave like freaks out.
Spencer shrugs and looks into the camera.
Woke up swollen and bruised, beer on my jacket, and I can't find my shoes. And if my memory serves, which now it struggles to do, I'm in a whole slot of trouble Who was in my hole last night? Who got me into that fight? Was it the devil? Was it me? Was it the drinking and the slur drunken speech? Who was in my hole last night? My head is spinning within. I say you'll never see me drinking again. Put that damn hole in my head. Who was in my hole last night? Who got me into that fight? Was it the devil? Was it me? Was it the drinking